Hello, I am Centimus Prime, and this is BRICKINBAD, or like a small little sign I have here to represent BRICKINBAD or something. Just have a little sign here that I made for this video, quick made. So, for those who find this little name familiar, I have done I have done a previous video where I have shown like stuff I've gotten from a Lego brick shop called BRICKINBAD. I will start off by saying, not sponsored by them in any way, but I do appreciate a lot of the things they do in the Lego space. So for now, we'll just place that there. Might not be able to see it as well, so let's try to bring it up a little bit closer. Okay, that should be okay. So, yeah, I made like a previous video where I showed off like a Lego like toy haul video showing like off like what I got from them at a previous date. But this time, things are a tad bit different because this time, like, I had a Lardros. I had someone else called Lardros come with me, and we were both on a bit of a Lego buying spree that day. So here's what we got from there. So it's just so we can get this started. So let's go ahead and get started now because there is a lot to show here. So starting off, we'll start simple with some of the loose stuff. So because I am such a big fan of I do highly desire the Bionicle and Hero Factory stuff. Here were some of the loose things that they had. Here were some of the loose things that they had brought in. Like these were like some loose stuff that they had brought in. They were they were. So what these these apparently seem to be like little mocks that people have made and like brought into the to trade in for the store. And they had because like when we came in, like they had kind of like brought these in that kind of just got these in got these like in like that day. So they weren't like through there that long. So we have like some little simple mock kind of things that were thrown together and were sold off. So to quickly go through these, each of these builds costed $10 each. And you can even see like little BRICKINBAD like price stickers on there. So, since we have him in hand already, we'll start off with this little guy. We don't have a whole. I'm not gonna get into too much detail with all of this, but I will at least point out I'll at least give you a kind of description of what it is. So we have this. So we have this sort of scroll-looking person with a scroll-looking character with small feet. He got 4 arms, and it's got blasters in 2 hands, and then the 2 hands above him are 2 arms above him have these little claw things, and it's a little it's a pretty simple thing. and also got some interesting parts. But I can probably say the same with all of them. So we have this like four-armed like Grievous Skrull character. We also have a like Dark Knight looking character with like a fascinating looking knight sword. Unfortunately, like we got a little bit of damage on the sword. It kind of looks chewed up, but still a fascinating piece, which is like very interesting. Aside from that, like it's pretty simple. You got like a pretty cool Bionicle mask on him. You got like a shoulder pauldron things that has a darker color scheme, very similar to the Grievous Skrull, and also like a simple blaster weapon and a sword, and also some printing. Yeah, very neat. Also very simplistic. Now, for one of the more interesting ones, we have this dude. We have this character right here. So we have like this light green. We have this character in like a mostly lime green and burnt orange kind of color scheme, which is a fascinating color scheme, and also like a bit of gunmetal to help tie things together. It's got like these corroder claw weapons that are like attached in two different ways. I kind of like the way this one was attached a little bit better. It's kind of makes things. And yeah, definitely like the trans like neon green, like the trans like neon color. Definitely makes for an interesting color scheme. You also got like a burnt orange fins on the backs, and also a hose thing. It's a fascinating sort of build. It's a fascinating looking kind of character. I like him. I like it. No, I like it. Like, this is pretty cool. Now we also have Green Guy. So what Green Guy is kind of going for here, it is kind of fascinating. Like, not only for like the pieces used, but also like how some of the parts are arranged. Like, if we turn him around, you can see that he has like a jet thruster things, and also like a fascinating sort of way, a sort of fascinating way of how the torso was built. I do kind of find that fascinating. But aside from that, not much going on here. And for the last like loose like $10 figure, we have this, which is what appears to be like the Zane like SCCBS Zane mech with a orange and gunmetal serpentine looking character piloting it for some reason. Yeah, like, but because this ain't really complete, I don't think I'm gonna do a review on it, like, in this state, but the parts in here would be very interesting to work, have as, like, a basis to work on, to, like, have as a starting point to work on, like, a more fascinating custom kind of Zane mech, so that's fascinating. So we have those. Some other loose things that we've gotten separately was they had like stuff on like pegs and stuff, which included these small bags with like a bunch of these Technic axle pieces, in which we got a couple of these small baggies of filled with them, each going for $4. So got two of those for $4 each. Because one of the parts we kind of needed a bunch. So after that, yes, and so after that, uh, I was like looking around like through. Yeah, so after that I was looking around through like various like parts and various like parts and drawer like whatever like part selection stuff they had like behind the counter, which all which I am showing to you right now here. This is like all the stuff that like I have like like done like request like what are parts that I've like asked like requests for, and yeah, you can obviously tell that I've requested for a lot of like Bionicle and Hero Factory parts, like because of course. Well, I'm not gonna show everything. I'm not gonna go through everything here, but I will show at least some of the more interesting stuff. Like, got like a gray sort of CCBS like cape sort of thing going on here, which is definitely fascinating. I do find that to be like a really cool find. I also got stuff like Leewa's axe weapon. That's awesome to see. Got some like cocoon stuff, some bones and fascinating some CCBS bones and fascinating colors, some armor attachment pieces, some weapon kind of stuff, some ice shield stuff, some like cocoon things. No, got like some like interesting stuff, and also a bunch more. And also in here it's going to be like more like Technic Axle things, and also a bunch of these Technic bricks with the axle holes in them, because yeah, like that we're gonna need those. We're gonna need a bunch of those for an upcoming project, for a project that me and Larchers have been working on. But everything. So after picking everything out for that, we had things priced out. We had all the like parts priced out. I picked out the parts I wanted, and the subtotal and the total for everything in this bag is $82. So we got all of that for $82. And there we go. And then after that, before we, and yeah, like, and then after that, they also had a sort of chest that was filled with sort of like incomplete sets. Like they had like a chest there that was like full of like incomplete sets and like and like poly bag sets kind of things. And like stuff basically like in Ziploc baggies kind of thing. So that's what I'm pulling up right now. Basically like this is what I picked out from that chest. Plus that, of course. So, and going through like a little roll call of the stuff I picked out from the chest, I got in a couple of botanical like garden sets that were I'm not guaranteed to have any of these sets complete, but it is at least fascinating to be able to get these for much cheaper than normal, because for the botanical sets, at least like I got in $20 for, so I got in $20 for each of these botanical garden sets, and going off of some of the parts in there, you can probably tell what botanical garden sets are in there. But yeah, I got in a couple of bags full of plant stuff and parts and fascinating colors and a bunch like like a bunch of like fascinating parts for $20 each. I also got in for $10. I also got in a bag that had the parts for this, which appears to be one of the Speed Champions car builds from like what. This appears to be like one of the car builds from one of the 2-packs. This I believe this is included like in one of the 2-packs, and I believe the other one was. I believe this is one that like was sold off because I guess the person who bought the 2-pack didn't want this one, so they sold it off to them. They packaged it up, put it in the chest for me to grab it. So yeah, that's definitely going to be fun to build. I like that. Again, not going to guarantee all of the pieces or even all the stickers, but it's definitely fun to at least like have the parts for it. Up next, for $10, got in a CCBS set. It's one of those Star Wars buildable like CCBS sets. Buildable figures. It's a sniper. It's a person with a sniper. A person with a sniper rifle. Star Wars character with a sniper rifle. So that's fascinating. So that's really nice. I also got in a polybag set. In this case, being a Lego Nexo Knights polybag set. It's like the King Ton like rider. It's a fascinating little bike polybag set. What a fascinating little thing. So yeah, so I got this Nexo Knights polybag in for $12, and well, considering that most like polybag sets would typically go for like $5 or $6, it is kind of weird to see one going for basically twice that amount. But you also have to consider that this is a polybag set of a Lego theme that's been long discontinued, and I don't know if this is the case. I might have to I might have to open this one up on camera just to make sure. Like, I'm not seeing any opening into like the little poly bag. Nope. Oh, okay, no. Wow, okay. Okay, wasn't really expecting that. So, it's going for $12, but hey, this is sealed, which means it has all the pieces. And it hasn't been opened before. So that's actually an interesting find. That's actually fascinating. I wasn't really expecting it to be sealed. But okay. I guess it kind of justifies being $12, so that's fun. And then for the largest thing I've received from the chest is this, which is a sort of Lego Games. There's like the Lego Games dice, so it's apparently like this Lego game, like it's like a board game where it is, where you're like where it's kind of like a trouble, like whatever the game is, where you like sorry or whatever, where you have like these characters and you're trying to traverse through the thing and the goal like is to move all your characters to the center before your opponents. But you also have like also like fighting against like a minotaur. It's like a fancy sort of thing going on there. Now, again, not guaranteed to have all its pieces, but Yeah, that's actually gonna be at least interesting to mess around with. So that's fun. So let's go ahead and move this stuff off to the side so we can get on to some more interesting things. So after that, so now there's still more stuff for me. There's still more stuff that I pay for on my end, because now like everything I've shown so far has been has been stuff that I've purchased. But there's also things that Largers has purchased as well. And in here, this is the bag where Largers' stuff is. So in here we have all of this. Okay, so here's like what's in Largers' part slot. So it's gotten a lot of like small individual things, but we'll start off with like big things. So like the largest thing we got was this bag of random parts, that like a pound of random parts from the from like the parts like tables, from like the tables full of parts that they had. And I'm not going to go into any detail what's in there or what he picked out from the table, but you do get at least like some Technic stuff, some Hero Factory CCBS stuff, and also like a few like large pieces as well. Yeah, like the kind of stuff that he got from there. Yep. We also got in a bunch. We also got in a bunch more of these Technic bricks for $30. I forget like how much he paid per pound. I believe it might have been like $16 a pound or something like that. No, it'll show the total of what he's paid. Got seven, but also like a bunch of. We also got like a bunch of the Technic pieces, Technic axles. Got a bunch of like 1x1 round studs, some minifigure accessories. Got some like minifigure accessories for 10. It's also gotten more minifigure accessories. Lots of fur, like pelt capes kind of things. Also like some plant parts, and also like more notably some minifigure things. Gotten a bunch of minifigures from the D&D minifigure like lineup, which is fascinating. Yeah, so you say. Yeah, so it's like, and also a king. Also like got like a lot of like fascinating kind of things from there. So that's neat. Yeah, and I'll give you like some like I'll give you like a tally up of like how much each of us paid. But before that, I left the big things I paid for last. So let's go through them. So they also, something else that they do at that store is they also like clean up and restore and repackage like older sets, and be able to like resell them as new as you can have, as like new and fresh as you can have them to be after opening them. So we'll start off from this pack from this batch, we'll start off from least expensive to most expensive. So let's say, starting off, we have the Lego Minecraft set. This is I guess like Lego Minecraft is sort of like cave mine sort of thing. This one was going for $25. It is 100% complete, all minifigures, and the condition is excellent, which is very nice. I appreciate that, since this is one a set I had a long time ago, and it's really fun to have again. So we have that for $25. And I'm bumping up to $30. Got in this set, which is a Lego Ultra Agents sort of tank kind of set. You have like the main like bad guys, like tank thing, and you also have like good guy, I guess. I don't really know their names, and I apologize for that. But it is completely complete, all minifigures, instructions, and the condition is excellent. I do appreciate that a lot. So that's really nice. Bumping up things from there at the $55 price point is not a not a repackaged Lego set, but it is actually a Lumi Brick set, because I guess why not? Because this was a set that they had available, and it had like the nice like light up stuff, and it was going for $55, which for the price to part ratio seems totally cool. And giant cyberpunk, giant like steampunk inspired kind of elephant build, which is so fun, fun ideas. I like the fun ideas. And so bumping things up from there at the $60 price point, got in a Lego Galaxy Squad set. Got in it. It's like I guess this one's like a sort of like a tank. It's like a sort of like combo like tank thing where it has like a little mech that can deploy from the rear against like this little alien guy with like this little alien with their hot rod scorpion thing, which is definitely fun. I definitely want to see like what that could be. And then for the last two, then the most expensive ones, we have at the $80 price point a Lego Castle set that was going. Oh yeah, and I should mention that set right there, 100% complete, all minifigures, and the condition is not excellent, but still very nice. And the only thing they said about that one is that the box says that some of the stickers are misplaced on that set, which is, well, we'll definitely see like how that will turn out. But for this one, we have this nice sort of Lego castle sets, and yeah, like 100% complete, all minifigs, constructions, and yeah, and the condition says it's like new, so that's definitely going to be fascinating. And as for our final as for our final item, priced at $100, we have a very old kind of castle set, and that priced at $100. It's like a land kind of castle. Very old. It's 100% complete, all minifigures, and the condition is nice for its age. So we got got in like some nice, a nice variety of used Lego sets, as well as some new as well as like some like sealed like new like off-brand kind of stuff. And now for the tally up. The grand total of what Lardros. We'll start things off with what Lardros had paid. So what Lardros had paid. So Lardros had paid like for everything that Lardros paid plus taxes, because you have to include those. The grand total for what Lardros paid for is $69.96. Nice. He paid basically $70 for everything that he paid for. Whereas for me, I paid a grand total of $595.66. Yeah, and you can definitely tell that I was basically on like a huge buying spree that day. But yeah, that is a lot. And you know what? I do not regret it, because I got in a lot of really cool stuff that I was really not expecting to get. And yeah, with that, that'll have to be it for this fascinating sort of Lego haul review. I'll definitely consider making like separate videos for at least some of this stuff. But I guess until then, I guess that'll be it. If you enjoyed this video, consider to like and subscribe, and maybe even comment if you want. And of course, I will be posting again sooner or later.